I first of all, congratulations on this, not only starring executive producers as well. I watched the first 2 episodes last night before bed, watched the third this morning because I had to find out what's going on. Talk to me about what you want the viewers to get from this. Obviously, this is from the classic drama from Bergman, but why is this a must-watch modern day love story? Oscar or Jessica?
For me, it is because I think it's beautiful at the end where, there's so much love there, but it's not possessive and it's not ownership, and you're not forcing anyone to be something inauthentic to who they are. It's very pure at the end, which is kind of a shocking thing, I think, in a puritanical society where it's like, this is what needs to, happen in life. And you see these two people kind of breaking these rules. And I think it's beautiful at the end. And I also think it's important in terms of women who, Mira in the very beginning of the series, I think she's trying to make herself smaller in the house. She's muting herself because she doesn't want her husband to feel emasculated. It's like so much about like, I don't want him to, I make more money, but I want him to feel like he's in charge. So she's quiet. He talks. He kind of takes up all the room in the house. And then when that happens, when you're not fully living for who you are, it's always going to come back and bite you in the ass. For me, for women or men, for anyone, I think it's just a lesson of to really live and to continue to grow and evolve.
Yeah, it's something I've not seen before. When you use the word pure, I think that really definitely defines this because everyone is being their true selves and telling their story. The chemistry, Oscar, I'll ask you this one. The chemistry, obviously the two of you together on screen, like I said, I had to wake up early to watch the third. It was terrible.
Terrible chemistry. Just, how'd you get through it, Oscar?
Oscar,
I had to hold my nose.
Did you have a highlight or a moment when the two of you were sharing that screen? Because things do get so intense, but they are pure and they're real, and there's a lot of heartbreak, but there's so much love behind it all. Did you have a moment where you stepped back and said, "This is perfect. This works how it should"?
Well, I mean, every moment was that, and I mean that. Like, even before I had been cast, I had said, I reached out to Jessica to say, like, this is, if this thing happens, you're the person I want to do this with. I couldn't imagine anybody else, because just even, obviously I love her and I think she's an incredible actress, but the task of having to portray these people over this amount of time and this kind of intensity, that it just made sense. And so the fact that we did get to do that, and at every turn, we just, I felt completely in sync, completely synchronized, and it flowed. It was easy. Even the challenging stuff, was difficult to, live with all that and bring it home. But the actual doing of it was easy. It felt effortless, because we just would play and trust each other. And there was no reaching for anything. Like, it was all really right in front of us and really present. And really, it's a guy too. The scripts that he wrote, he spent so much time getting into the psychology, trying to distill it into its the most honest thing that he could come up with. And I think he did such an amazing job, like as an anthropologist, like really dissecting what it means to kind of live through these things. So yeah, that was a real joy.
And obviously, Oscar, you mentioned there, it's very intense having to leave that on set and then going home. Jessica, for you, when Mira leaves and kind of blindsides Jonathan out of nowhere, we didn't really see that coming. It hits you hard. Was that hard for you to kind of turn it off afterwards too, when you go home?
Yes. This project, more than anything I've ever done, is the most difficult it's ever been for me. And I think it's because, for all the circumstances,
right?
Quarantined for 8 months before. So being in this kind of like little pod as we were shooting, working with someone like Oscar, who, I trust more than any other actor I've ever worked with, because we've been friends so long, and there was just kind of a shorthand that we had. We didn't even need to speak sometimes. And so it just created a place of honesty, but also of vulnerability, and it was like a live wire. You're exposed all the time, and that is for me, it's not something I can just turn on and off. It's like when I open that up, it's there. And I wish I was better at like not, at being able to go home and just, I can play the part of a normal human being, and that's what I was doing, but it felt more like I was acting when I was home than when I was on set. I was so kind of in it.
So into it. Well, again, like I said, watching this third episode, I can't wait. When I get off, I'm going to watch the fourth. It's so great. Thank you guys for making this. I know I have literally
give yourself a drink before the fourth. The fourth really? It's the darkest.
It's kind of rough.
It's rough. So you make sure you have like backup.
Okay, I'll be prepared. Thank you for that note. I know I have about 20 seconds left. I will let you guys get through your busy day. The Eyes of Tammy Faye, just really quickly, I know you did put your own money towards this in the beginning to get the rights to Tammy Faye. Did you ever feel her presence on that set? And what are your emotions going into the fact that the world's about to see this now? Because it is a special project, I'm sure.
The one day I really felt like her presence was, so when I saw the documentary, I saw the interview. The reason I wanted to make the film is the interview she did with Steve Peters, who she brought on this man who was gay and he had AIDS. And she basically talked to Christians about, we need to wrap our arms around everyone and tell them that we love them and we care. And it was like such this, she was punk rock. I mean, it was such this amazing thing that she did. When we filmed that scene, Tammy's daughter was there, and her grandchildren. And I had asked the costume designer, Mitchell, for a heart necklace, because Tammy wore a heart necklace when she did that scene. And I didn't meet Sissy, Tammy Sue, and the kids until after I walked off set, because I was so nervous. And when I walked off set, I was wearing a heart necklace. Tammy Sue was wearing the same necklace that Tammy Faye wore on the day she interviewed Steve Peters. And it was like such the synchronicity. She had no idea, what she was going to watch. And it just felt like, someone's here with us. It was a beautiful, beautiful, emotional moment.
Oh gosh, well, I can't wait to see it. Congratulations on that project as well. Oscar, thank you so much. Jessica, congratulations on this. I will get everything ready for episode 4.